The dreaded SAT, a test that can make or break your future and challenges the fairness of college admissions and educational equity. But beyond the number crunching and pencil filling frenzy lies a deeper question. Does the SAT really predict college success, or is it merely perpetuating long-standing inequities? According to the College Board, new research reveals that SAT scores can be used to predict performance in various college majors, helping colleges to better support all students to be successful in their chosen major program. At its core, the SAT is designed to measure readiness for college-level work. But readiness doesn't operate in a vacuum. It's influenced by many factors, from social and financial status to the quality of high school education.
Like, you take a special test prep course that only rich people could afford. I don't think it should be like that. It should be just purely like if you did well, like if you really learned the topics well in high school, then you do well on the test, right? I think that's probably good. But it shouldn't be like, because in SAT, I think there's all these tricks like, oh, at least always answer the question. There's all these little tricks you could play, right? Which if you took a test prep course, and it gives people who could afford these courses an unfair advantage. And so it shouldn't be like, if you know the tricks, you get an advantage. It should be like just based on what you studied in high school.
In the pursuit of fairness, the SAT stands as a beacon of objectivity, or so it claims. Compared to the subjective nature of essays and the variability of extracurricular achievements, standardized tests promise a level playing field. Yet, this field is far from level when some have access to personalized tutoring, while others barely manage to scrape together the resources for the test fee.
There were no SAT prep courses for me. And as a kid, I thought that was a little bit unfair because the test also costs money, and our family didn't really have money, so I had to go for free waivers and this and that. So I couldn't take it and I know some people take it like a lot of times, but I really couldn't afford to. Wealthier households, they could afford prep classes, they could afford prep books. I mean, I couldn't even afford a book, so I just had to wing it. Right? It's hard to judge people because it's not an A in one place is not the A in another place. And so while I think there's some inherent issues with SAT, I don't know what the alternative is, because I think you do need some sort of standardized test, because you have to make up for the fact that an A is not the same everywhere, right? I remember like in math, I wasn't really good in verbal, but in math I was pretty good. And so I got 800, right? So it's not very hard to get 800, right? Because it's capped, right? But really what should happen is, if you're really good at something, you could go higher.
And then there's the digital SAT. Though the College Board ensures that the digital SAT is designed to test the same skills and knowledge as the pencil and paper SAT, it's hard to tell if the digital SAT is even standardized anymore, since the digital exam is adaptive. Students may appreciate taking tests on the computer rather than using paper, for personal or eco-friendly reasons, as well as having a built-in calculator and timer in the computer application during testing. Additionally, the digital exam is significantly shorter than the traditional one.
They need to uncap the SAT. They need to make it, because people's intelligence is not, there's not like, okay, you can only be this smart. I actually believe the SAT should be the kind of test where you couldn't study for it. You can't just take a, cram course, like, $10,000 cram course. It can't be like that. And I think also those kind of things are pointless, because I think it doesn't help. Like, taking a class on how to take the SAT is never going to help you in life ever, right? You're learning no skills at all that will help you in later life. Not a single skill, right? So except how to take the SAT. So I think it should be dynamic, and I think it should be in a way that it's really hard to study for, almost like a surprise in some ways. Because I think that makes it a lot more equal. Like for kids like myself, where I couldn't afford a test prep.
All in all, the SAT, a significant factor of many college admissions, stands at crossroads. Comment down below what you think. Should the SAT be abolished? Is the SAT a good indicator of intelligence and success? Thanks for watching.